Right, what's up YouTube? What is up Twitch guys? We're doing the dev notes 725 developer notes. I'm not sure how much is here guys. Hello Air, super creative. Today we'd like you to inform you about future changes of hero balances which are scheduled for August 8th. Additionally, we'll inform you that the changes of the summon system, certain Moonlight hero changes, memory and print improvements, and skill renewals by the end of July. We're focused on two areas when this becomes balanced. When it comes to balancing heroes. First, we're searching for a solution to the meta freeze due to some of the overpowered Moonlight heroes. We're deliberately going through the eternal steps to increase diversity of heroes and the meta that we're trying to make as fast as possible. Also, through verification process, we will add the prevention of this situation of occur again. Secondly, underperforming heroes will be regularly rebalanced. Before the patch we had in June, we promised to have regular hero rebalancing every 6 weeks. We hope this upcoming balance will give you a better experience in growing heroes and creating your own strategies and tactics, guys. Wild Wave before attacks all enemies with intense elemental force. Damage dealt increased proportional to the amount of enemies lost health. Now attacks the enemy with intense elemental force. 50% chance to decrease defense for 2 turns. Damage dealt increase proportional to enemies lost health. Did I read that right? I guess I did. Yes, I did. So where's the difference in this? I'm not seeing the difference in this. It's a higher chance? Alright, so Wild Wave was her S1, wasn't it? Wave of Vengeance attacks all enemies with powerful runes. 75% chance to decrease defense for 2 turns. Oh, she gets double defense break now. I get it. Damage don't increase every time you use a skill. Can stack up to 3 times. Attacks all enemies with power rune. 85% chance to decrease the defense for 2 turns. So it went up. That's very good. She needed that. Caster's attack increases every time the skill is used. Can stack up to 3 times. Ooh, okay. So Luka just got better. Luka definitely just got better just from that ability. That's very nice. Luka was intentionally designed as a mage, which was beneficial for long battles due to the fact that every skill, Wave of Vengeance, increased damage dealt. However, each of the other skills ended up being ineffective due to the high dependency of the skill Wave of Vengeance. Therefore, we made some skill adjustments while maintaining the original concept of a mage who's beneficial for long battles. The skill Wave of Vengeance now increases the attack instead of the damage dealt. This in turn impacts the damage to the skill. Wide Wave and Barrier grants Rikoris Blessing. Not only does this skill Wave of Vengeance get stronger, but Luka gets stronger as well. In addition, a decrease of damage has been added to the skill Wild Wave. We have changed the design so that works in defense, and in defense the roll is increased by the defense. The decrease of probability of the skill Wave of Vengeance before its attack increases effective stack. Very nice. Alright, Baal Sezan, we have Dark Cloud. Damage increased by 30%. Damage dealt proportional debuffs by 50%. Light Bubba, thanks for the follow. Damage dealt proportional debuffs increased by 50%. Cooldown is changed by 2 turns on the last Rikroom. Layaz, thanks for the follow. Previous cooldown was 5, adjusted to 3. That's actually a lot better than what it was. Baal Sezan got benched a lot. A mage who inflicts various debuffs on their enemies deal damage proportional to the number of inflicted debuffs. However, the damage of Dark Cloud, which resets the counts of last Rikroom, was not strong enough, so Baal Sezan was not in favor of many other heroes who inflict debuffs. I have been working on Dark Cloud for over a decade. This basic Dark Cloud has increased by 30%, damage reduced by 50%, so that Baal Sezan will deal more damage proportional to enemies' inflicted health. Ludwig, Moonlight Blow before. I feel like Ludwig was an underplayed character. Not a lot of people used him. So when the enemy is defeated by this attack, the caster is granted invincibility for 1 turn. So now attacks with a light with a 50% chance to stun for 1 turn, granting invincibility to the caster. Ludwig just got super good, guys. He can now cast invincibility on himself. Without having to kill something. So he got penetrate defense. Ooh, wait a second. Attacks all enemies with Nocturne Magic, penetrating defense by 50% if the caster is invincible. A critical hit will grant the caster a barrier for 2 turns and increase the strength proportional to the caster's attack. It just got changed to attack all enemies with Nocturne Magic, penetrating defense by 20%, 30% less, Penetrate defense is an additional 30% if the caster is invincible. Okay, that did get better. That did get a lot better. Now he gets 20% penetration regardless. And on top of that, he gets 30% if invincible. A critical hit will grant the caster with a barrier for 2 turns with increasing the strength proportional of the caster's attack. Trowermander, thank you for the follow, man. So that's good. Ludwig just got better. Ludwig himself specifically kills an enemy condition has been removed. Ludwig will grant invincibility whenever the skill is used, regardless of whether or not the enemy was killed. Also, the Call of Moon will now always penetrate defense by 20% by additional 30 if Ludwig is granted invincibility, which will take the damage more effective and bounce regardless whether Ludwig is invincible or not. Ooh, Tenebria. Oh my gosh. Alright, Tenebria here. Dark Explosion was a 35% chance for a Dark Explosion. It just got bumped up to a 50% chance to put him to sleep for 1 turn. When the enemy is put to sleep, the caster's combat readiness is increased by 50%. Very, very nice. From a 35 to a 50%, that makes sense for a 5-star. Nightmare got bumped up to an 85% chance to decrease defense for 2 turns. The 75% chance was just garbage on that. And her cooldown got reduced by 4 turns. Very nice. Tenebria just got a little bit better. Would I still use her as a unit? I still feel like she's benchable for sure. The probability of Tenebria's debuffs lands is less than competitive than the other heroes. Therefore, we have increased the probability of success for debuff sleep for the skill Dark Explosion and made adjustments so her basic skills can get powerful attacks even when other skills are on cooldown. In addition, we have changed the design of the skill Nightmare so that it's on a lower cooldown, will increase the probability to decrease the defensible enemies. So those that love Tenebria, I think that's going to be good for them. I think they're going to enjoy that buff. Looks like Leo now has a 50% chance to decrease defense for 2 turns on his Fox Scent. 100% chance to decrease defense for 2 turns, and a 30% chance to use, 50% chance to use Sparrow Dive. Sorry, I had that wrong. And increase the damage by an extra 14%. Ooh, I think Leo just got good. Raccoon flies into the enemy like a bullet and attacks all of them with a 75% chance to stun for 2 turns from a 50% chance. Ooh, those that are saying that they don't have anybody to use with Spez, right here, guys. This is your Spez partner now. The probability of Sparrow Dive has been increased after using the skill Fox Hunt. Additional to the skill, Flying Raccoon has a probability to inflict this combined with a lower cooldown should allow Leo to be more threatening when attacked. Yeah, Spez and Leo are best friends now. Alright, we got Roman here. Roman just got buffed up. Looks like attacks all enemies with a magic circle, a 50% chance to grant decreased combat readiness by 20% 4 times. Wait. With a 50% chance each to decrease combat readiness up to 4 times. What? What type of CR push is this? Wow, so he can do an 80% CR push. Huh. If I'm understanding that right. I'm actually a little lost on that. Maybe this bomb stuff will explain it. So before it was twice, now it's 4 times. Shoots a powerful gravity spear at all enemies, dispelling all buffs. Increase combat readiness of the caster by 50%. Damage dealt increases. The enemy is inflicted with 2 poison effects for 2 turns. The caster's combat readiness increases additional 30% when the enemy is buffed. Alright, interesting. Roman skill Event Horizon. Good anime. Log Horizon, actually, I was thinking. Was seen attractive but difficult to use due to the ineffectiveness of gravitation. The skill was also improved so that the enemy is buffed. The casters increased to combat readiness, allowing them to attack more frequently. The compensation for the low gravitation, which was only 50% chance of decreasing combat readiness, the number of times enemy combat readiness reduced from 2 to 4. Alright. Rikoris, baby. Let's go. Attacks with the spear with a 50% chance to decrease defense for 2 turns. Got buffed up. The effective chance increased by 50%. The effect is increased by 50%. I don't understand that. When compared to Cheer and Flash Cut was lacking the performance, the Quick Spear was not good enough to make up for its performance issues. We also adjusted Quick Spear's probability to decrease an enemy's defense when the caster is granted a speed buff, so Rikoris has clear role as a tank and support. So when he has a speed buff, it looks like, when he has a speed buff, he's going to be able to decrease their defense better. by 100%. That's not bad. 100% defense break when he has a speed buff, kind of like Sid's able to do. If I'm understanding this correctly, kind of like how Sid, when he has a speed buff, he's able to apply a defense break. Kind of same concept, I think. Captain Rikoris, baby. Captain Rikoris is back. Yes. 50% chance to increase defense for 2 turns. Effect is increased 50% when the caster is given increased speed. So yeah, that's what that meant. They just forgot to put all that in. So skill tree, it looks like he's gained 5% extra defense from before and an extra 10% health. Wow. Healing increased by 100%. Damage increased by 41% to Supreme Spear. Rikoris is gonna be interesting. Very, very interesting. Oh, yes! Ras is back with a brand new invention. In order to enable Captain Rikoris to become more effective in fulfilling his role as a tank, the defense and health will be increased and rune enhancements be increased. We've improved him by increasing the amount of health, so we recover proportional to the max health by 100% so he can survive longer. Yes. Let's go, guys. Let's go. Strongly attacks all enemies with a sword storm, recovering health. Proportional to damage dealt was before. We're going to skip before. What we're going to do is recover in health and increase defense of the caster for 2 turns. So he gets improved recovery in health. Damage dealt amount recovered increased proportional to caster's max health. Very nice. Basic version of the skill will now have the same effect as the awakened version. Okay. Very nice. Now the awakened skill change of this, after attacks with a sword with a 75% chance to dispel a buff, damage increased by the caster's max health. So Ras gets a dispel with the sword of the air. Ooh. Increased defense of the yeah. So he gets a freaking dispel now. 75% chance to dispel with Ras after he uses his S3, man. That is GG, man. GG. Although Ras is our protagonist, not many heirs have used him because he lacks clearly defined role. Changes have been made to Ras's awakening skill. Now enhances his basic skill X/ after awakening. Dispel buff is added to the skill effect. Will be very helpful to our heirs early stages in the adventure. Very great. Also, the basic version of skill will have the same effect as the awakened version. The amount recovered increased proportional to caster's max health, allowing them to survive a little bit longer. These adjustments are mainly for heroes, which are used for PvE content. Will be updated August 8th, 2 weeks from now. Very cautious about the related PvP. We and the heroes share details on July 31st. The future balance plans and policies, adjustment heroes, especially the nerfing of heroes, will be along as possible to receive feedback from the heirs, but buffs will be updated as possible. Adjustments and details fall on PvP heroes rely on 31st. Buff expected: Basser, Yufine, Lilibet, Lidica, Imkoli. Nerfs expected: ML Arminthia, ML Baal Sezan, ML Vildred, ML Armin, man. Yeah. See, Armin, man. Called it. Those are the four most complained about units in the game. Is these ones right here. Nailed it on the dot. Those 4 are getting slapped. Heroes are expected to be nerfed, will be adjusted by optimum level to prevent heroes from being ineffective. Compensation and exchange relation information will also be announced when the details are settled. Players will be able to exchange for a Moonlight hero of an equivalent star grade if the Moonlight hero they own is nerfed. Equivalent star grade. So you can't go see Armin and get another get a 5-star hero, but if you got a Moonlight 5-star, you can get a 5-star Moonlight. However, there may be changes to these details when updated, so this is just, there could be changes. If so, we make sure to let you know about the changes as soon as possible. However, there are many changes to this detail. Oh yeah, I read that. When balancing heroes, there needs to be consideration some very aspects. This upcoming balance patch was planned beforehand, so we have made adjustments to Moonlight heroes earlier. We'll be glad to have feedback on this adjustment as for future adjustments of Moonlight heroes. Yeah, so very interesting news. I'm going to post this on YouTube, guys. So I'm going to do a quick spill for YouTube. So YouTube guys, don't forget to hit that like button, leave a comment what you guys think about these balance changes, and hit that notification bell, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Twitch, stick around because we're not done.